Y'all ready? Is y'all ready? Is y'all ready, Freddy? I want to get down here so I can get to. All right. Is y'all ready? Gemini is ready. Oh my God, today. Hello, hello, hello. All right, we're going to play the intro and then we're going to get going here. I know there's a lot going on all over the YouTube streets. So here we go. All right, guys. Hello. How's it going? How's it going? Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Heart of Inspiration. Here at this channel, we help you lead a whole and healed, peaceful, and prosperous life. And every once in a while, we talk about some topics that are in the news. As you guys see, I do have my Marvel t-shirt on today. Old school Marvel, not this new school trash. I'm not gonna call it trash, but it's questionable at best. Uh, Here we go. I'm just gonna put my welcome up here. So a lot of you are gonna watch this on the replay. I'm not gonna hold y'all very long today. I'm gonna give some commentary and I'm gonna give some review and I'm gonna give some reaction. Now, I will try to warn you prior to it potentially being a spoiler. But what I probably should do real quick is make a little thingamajigger here that I can put up to say caution, spoiler alert. So hang on one second. We're just gonna make one real quick for y'all because I do not want there to be any problems, anybody having any issues with the fact that I say something, okay? With the fact that I say something. You know, you would think it would not be that difficult to make something that says I-L-E-R A-L-E-R-T do not pass. And what's today? Today is, what is today, the 7th? 7th of May. And we'll just call it 8 p.m. and we're going to download this. Don't you love that you could just make these graphics on the fly and then upload them when ready? I know I do. I know I do. So this is a dated it, but I don't care. Okay, here we go. Graphics. I'm going to upload this here. And so when it's time, when it is time, I will in fact warn you, for those of you that have not seen the movie. Okay. Oh, thank you so much, Desiree. Thank you. I've decided to leave it down for a little bit. The late young woman that braids my hair, she just had a baby recently, a couple 2-3 weeks back. So yeah. Old school is the best school. Hey, Esmeralda. Hey, Yolanda. Hey, Juanita. Okay. We're going to go and get started. Again, replay gang, thank you for coming. I might change the title a little bit so people can understand where we're at. For those of you who do not know, and you may have been under a rock, but the Doctor Strange 2 Into the Multiverse of Madness is finally released. It's finally out. in theaters, and I, being the good Marvel crazy fanatic that I am, I went to go see it on opening night with my youngest daughter, who is now an MCU fan. The basic premise of the plot line is, let me see what I can do here. You know who I didn't bring up? So I didn't bring up America Chavez. All right, let's see. Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. I'm going to find some images. Let me see if I can find an image. Uh, okay, we're just going to ride through some of these images. The basic premise is this. Let me just ride through some of these images. Share my Chrome tab. Here we go. We have one Dr. Stephen Strange here. You may or may not remember him from Doctor Strange, the original. He's been in quite a few of the MCU movies since. You may recall he is a sorcerer. He was a well-renowned, amazing surgeon that had a horrible car crash and that left his it shattered his hands, and they could not basically reconstruct them. They were rather, deformed at best. He could not go back to becoming a surgeon. He goes on this spiritual journey, this spiritual path of discovery and awakening, and ends up overseas and ends up becoming a sorcerer. And through the magic that is flowing through his body, that is how he's able to walk, and his hands are great. They're fine, whatever. But if he were to release the magic or not operate or live in the magic any longer, he would go back to being, unable to use his hands, and he would go back, to having a lot of physical difficulties. That in and of itself, if we're going to take it on a metaphysical plane, that in of itself tells us what? That whatever the mind believes, the mind and the heart together believe that you can allow that energy to flow through, and you can walk around in a 3D world in your ascended or awakened or highly energetic, highly powerful self. Just think about it. I mean, he's a superhero based on sorcery, aka magic. Let us just call it what it is. Okay? So that's how he's able to operate as well as he is in the world. The woman that he's walking with right here, Wanda Maximoff, you may recall her. Oh, when was she introduced? I want to say Captain America. Was it Civil War, maybe? Or the Winter Soldier, Civil War, whatever that one was. I think her and her brother were shown to us then. Peter died in that particular installment. She falls in love with Wisdom. Wisdom dies at the hand of Thanos. She does come back in Endgame, and basically, if you ask me, was really the one that was meant to defeat Thanos. Like, she had Thanos on the run. She has very powerful magic. Now, if you have not seen WandaVision, I think it's 6 or 7 episodes. It might be a little bit more. And you have the time prior to seeing this movie, please go do that. I would say seeing Loki as well will help you, but definitely WandaVision, because you need her backstory. Okay. And for those of you that are not going to be able to have a chance to watch WandaVision, um, in WandaVision, we see this kind of descent of Wanda Maximoff, but she goes into her own little universe, her own world that she creates, And in that world, she has 2 children, 2 boys. Um, but by the time she has to come back to this reality, um, the 2 boys kind of go off into their own universe, and it is that point that she becomes fully who she is, her alter ego, aka the Scarlet Witch. Now Disney has oh, and there's one other person I want to put in here. There's one other young lady, and I did not put her America Chavez. And you see this young lady here. This is probably one of the better. They don't have a lot of her. Here's America Chavez. She's centered to this as well. We're introduced to her in this movie. I can't remember his name. My bad. He is the Sorcerer Supreme rather than we all assumed Doctor Strange would become Sorcerer Supreme, but he did not. America Chavez is the other central character. Okay, are we all tracking with me right now? Hey Lola, how you doing? I'm gonna drop the link in a minute. Okay. So this movie, I'm gonna give you the overview here, and then I'm about to click a spoiler alert thing. Okay? I'm gonna give you the overview that you can glean from the trailers. And then I'm gonna put the spoiler alert on, and then if y'all gonna stay, y'all gonna stay because I'm gonna get into it. Yes, Jack, I am a huge Marvel fan. I am a comic book reader as a young girl. Also big DC fan as well, equally perhaps. So I'm huge into these, huge, huge, huge. Okay. Grand overview is the multiverse. There seems to be a rip. Things are happening. Things are wonky. Doctor Strange goes to Wanda, not knowing, somewhat knowing, but not really, I don't think, knowing she's Scarlet Witch. He knew about what had happened in WandaVision, but he wasn't there for that. He wanted her help in helping America Chavez, who dropped into this portion, this reality of the multiverse, and then finds out Wanda is really more so operating as the Scarlet Witch. And she wants to interact with America Chavez so that she can go see her children. Okay? That's her whole premise. That's the premise. And we go on from there. Now, here we go. If for some reason you have not yet seen this movie and you do not want to hear anything else I have to say about this movie, because at this point, I am going to react to various scenes, concepts, thoughts, and give my opinion on it. Now is the spoiler alert. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert. Do not pass this moment. Do not pass this graphic if you haven't seen it and don't want any spoilers. If you haven't seen it and don't care, you want to hear what I have to say about it, you're still going to go see it, fine, keep going. But do not pass this moment if you do not want the spoilers. I have given my spoiler alert. Okay. From here forward, if you're on the replay gang, you're here, I'm going to make an assumption that you want to be here and you want to hear what the hell I got to say. So here we go. We ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? Lola, if you want to join the stream, there is the link, my dear, and then we'll open it up for everyone to join the stream just very shortly. So there's the link, Miss Lola, if you wish to join the stream. Now, Let's begin. Why did I call this shadows, heroes, and femininity? Right? Is that what I call this? I don't even know what I call my own darn video. Hold on. Shadows, heroes, and feminine power. Why did I call this reaction shadows, heroes, and feminine powder puff girls? I'll tell you why. There was a lot in this movie that showed you what happens when one does not do one's shadow work completely. B, that the shadow or karma that you are carrying with you in this reality theoretically exists in every other iteration of you across different dimensions, aka across the multiverse. Now, I guess for you all to really like gain a true like appreciation for what I'm about to say, I guess we have to all feel like the presence of the multiverse exists. Welcome, Miss Lola. Where are you? You should be showing up. I brought you up. Oh, there you are. Oh, duh, Lise. There you are. Hey, Miss Lola, how are you?
Good. How are you, beautiful? How are you doing?
I'm well. I'm well. Got some work done, not all of it done, but you know that's how that goes.
Right.
Um, I have a quiet house, so I slept a long time today. Um, I was just starting to say that for me, I guess for anyone to understand what I'm about to say, period, y'all have to understand I do believe in the multiverse. I do believe
Right.
in other dimensions. I do believe that there are other quote unquote copies or iterations of us that are scattered throughout time and space. So then the karma that you're carrying in this iteration could very well be the same karma that you're carrying in others.
It's interesting you say that. I saw the movie as well. I'm fortunate to live in New York, and in New York, we were able to see it May 5th at 3 p.m. You could see it.
Oh, nice.
So I got to see it super early. I think I was one of the first batch of people to see it, and it was crazy. And I had to text you, and I was like, "Did you see this?" Because I saw some crazy symbolism in this movie, beginning to end. Um, I am in agreement with you. I also believe in multiple universes. Um, I'm also a person of science. I'm open to it. I'm the kind of person
Right.
that's never going to be like, just because I can't see it with my own two eyes, it can't possibly exist. You know what I'm saying? I think
Right.
I'm very open to it, and why not? I hope there's a Lola somewhere rich as hell on a yacht. You know what I'm saying?
And there probably is. Who knows? There probably is. The thought pattern that the concept also that there's this concept of dream walking where your dreams that you have are then in fact the portals to the other universes. I found that extremely interesting. I'll be willing to go along with that to a great extent. Um, Certainly your dream life you can make your reality, or I believe that the dream life a lot of times gives you the gateway to what you can bring in from the quantum realm into
Right.
this reality as well. How do you feel about that concept?
I Something that you said that really resonated with me is that the karma for sure.
Hmm.
I think we oftentimes, you know, it's funny. I never really truly believed in the concept of hell and an inferno. I believe we pay here what we've done here, if that makes sense. Like we keep
Yes.
coming back until we learn that lesson that we're meant to learn, and we're
Yes.
put in certain situations in this life because there's a lesson that we're meant to learn that will not only impact ourselves but maybe impact others and help them on their journey, if that makes any sense. Um,
Absolutely.
I just never understood a concept of, because I was raised, going to Catholic school and stuff like that. I never understood the concept of, you have this one chance in all of millennia, you have this one chance. And which, if you think about it in the spectrum of time, we only live like what, 80, 90 years. That's very short if you think
It makes
about
no
it.
sense to me.
Right,
Right.
right. And it's like, you make one mistake, you make a mistake in one lifetime, and that's it. You're gone forever. Poof,
Yes.
fire. You know what I'm saying? Just
Yes,
never made sense.
absolutely. Absolutely. So there's certain energetic, metaphysical, and I'm probably going to go back to see it. I was going to try to see it tonight, but I got up too late, so I'll probably go see it tomorrow again.
Right.
Um, so there's certain concepts. I'm like, okay, cool. We got to do our shadow work.
Mm.
We could be making similar karmic choices in other universes and other timelines, and affecting that collective consciousness and that timeline and that universe, interestingly enough, in a unique yet similar way. I'm cool. I was cool with all that. I was cool with that. I'm like, okay, fine.
Right.
Where they lost me, and there's a
Mm.
lot of symbolism, yes. They lost me in their, and I usually Marvel doesn't do this, in how they depicted the feminine power structure and
Okay.
who's the hero and who, in fact, then is the villain. And I'll
Okay.
tell it to you this. The first thing that I noticed was, of course, on some of the beings or whatever that were monsters that were coming after Miss America Chavez.
Yeah.
Oh, those are runes inscripted on the tentacles. Immediately,
Mm.
then that's evil.
I see what you're
I'm gonna
saying.
need I'm gonna need y'all to stop. So right there, I was like, oh God, here we go. Neither America Chavez nor, to be honest with you, in my estimation, Scarlet Witch could actually control their power. America for sure. Because the only time she could portal was when she was upset
That's
and when
true.
she was scared and when she just didn't know what to do. And then all of a sudden the portal would open up.
Yeah, like a defense mechanism.
Exactly. But it was only attached to her emotional state.
Mm.
And I'm like,
They never do that with the men. Doctor Strange read like one book and he was able to open up that circle and step through it. The first movie.
and I would venture to say, I say he's much more an emotional twat than she is,
Yeah.
or Scarlet Witch, because he
A
was
prideful one
so
too.
ego based. It's
Yes.
all on his whole everything, and this is a theme throughout the movie, has been based on his ego and his pride. Oh, I can do it. I
Yeah.
can do it. So
Mm.
when Wanda says you F up the multiverse and you're hailed as a hero,
Yep.
I do something and I'm the villain. How is that fair? That's not very, it's not. It was for the
You,
same similar purpose. If the basic energy was, to me, for similar reasons, or the resultant of similar reasons. If y'all saw the last Spider-Man, when he
absolutely.
messed with the multiverse, why did Doctor Strange have to mess with the multiverse? Out of pride, so that Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man, could have whatever it was he wanted at that time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's absolutely true. It to me, it was like an allegory for like us in the corporate world. When a woman is direct, straightforward, cutthroat, she's a bitch. When a man does it, that's a businessman. You know what I'm saying? That's a man who knows what he's doing, knows where he's coming, knows where he's going. And I just felt like I love that she pointed that out, because it's justifiable when you do it. You can find a reason to justify it, but when I do it, I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you don't see my perspective.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then he says, well, your children aren't real. You
Mm.
created them via magic. And she said, well, isn't that what every woman does? I said, girl, if you don't stop, girl, yes,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. It is
Mm-hmm.
magic that so so here we have these two women that are extremely powerful. but they're either uncontrollable or have to be stopped in some form or fashion. I have big
Ooh,
problems with that.
that's deep. That's deep that you said that. That's really deep. They somehow need to be controlled. You can't handle it for one reason or another. Wanda's on the wrong side of what's right, quote unquote, and then America's too young. She's inexperienced. It's like it's always a justify. It's always a reason for them to have to control
Uh-huh.
either one.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, good. You seen the movie. Good. Because we just getting there, Rogue Nerd. How you doing, baby? Who's the children's
Mm,
father? Well, ostensibly it was Vision.
yeah, it's
In
Vision.
one yeah, in WandaVision, it was they were hers and Vision's children.
Yeah,
Okay. So, but even if they didn't exist in this universe, they existed in another one. So who the
right,
hell are you, Doctor Strange, to tell this woman, this mother, her children don't exist, so she should just forget about them?
right. When she's seen them, felt them, laughed with them, cried with them, not too
And
long
she,
ago.
and she dreams of them every night. So in her
Hmm.
dream world, her subconscious, her aura, her energy essence, the eternal portion of her was still in contact with them in another universe.
Mm,
And yet she's wrong.
yeah,
I'm absolute the kids do exist.
yeah, they do. They do. They
The
do.
kids absolutely do exist. Her kids remind me my son is a complete sweetheart. Yes, they were lovely.
They're so cute, right?
They're so lovely. They're so
Yeah.
lovely. We're gonna drop the link again in case anybody wants to come up too.
They are. They're very real, and they were very. If you see WandaVision, you see like she really like felt every stage of motherhood in a sense because she was pregnant with them. She gave birth to them. You know what I'm saying? Like
Absolutely.
she raised them with vision. Like
Absolutely.
like she these were her children. She held them. She felt them, and then for her to do the all because you know what's funny. Speaking of WandaVision, women always have to be the ultimate sacrificers. She had to
Mm,
sacrifice everything, her
mm,
home, her children, her husband, for like all because of the greater
mm.
good. What did Doctor Strange sacrifice in the last movie with Spider-Man? Forgetting who Spider-Man was? Oh, okay. Where
But
is the
that
great? Okay, but they try to slide in Christine. Did you see what they try to do? They'd be like, "Oh, well, he lost Christine." I mean, if he really wanted Christine, he could have had her. She just wasn't going to wait around for him to come around and make a decision.
hello,
There
and
was
why
there's
should she
no
have
great
to?
loss. There's no great loss there. But she did want to commit. She not only saved the world, she sacrificed her brother
For the world.
for the world. And now she has to sacrifice Vision. She had to kill Vision for us, quote unquote. And now she had to let go of her kids. Yeah, that's too much on a person, y'all. If y'all
It's
add everything
absolute
together,
right. Right. What did she give up? Even America Chavez, by not her own choice per se, but she gave up her mother's.
yep,
She wasn't reunited with her mamas.
not at the end, nope.
So why is it we have to? So Desiree says the kids don't exist here. That she says I say that she should have kids in this reality.
Why is
All
one
I can say is
reality?
the kids are not in this reality, but we can't say that just because we can't see it, taste it, touch it, and feel it in this
Mm,
reality that we're in right now, that it does not exist. And I
yes.
think that's part of of what we're meant to learn in this.
Right. And also, her children exist in other realities. So, who's to say that this is the main reality? Why is this reality any more important than any of the other ones where the children exist?
Right. Right. So Rogue Nerd has a great point for those of us that have read the comics. They do exist. Some comic and there's some storylines in some in the Marvel universe that they grew up to be their own superheroes. In fact,
That's correct. Yep. I think
hmm
one of them has like super speed or something. I don't know. I think one of them has similar powers to the
one
uncle.
yeah, one of them. If you watch WandaVision, one of them did have super speed, and I can't remember what the other boy had. She is alone here, and I want to talk about that fact
Well, not
that
technically. Vision's around. Remember? Yeah, in the WandaVision. He's just left, but he's around technically. There's a
I
version of
have to
him
go
around.
back and watch it. I
Yeah,
have to
there's
go
a
back.
yeah. He's upset with her a little bit over what everything that
Oh,
happened.
that's right. And he went off.
Yeah. Yeah, he ran
Um,
away for a minute. He needed a minute.
yeah. Um, but I don't think she's assuming he's coming back. And I haven't seen anything. I don't, well, they're not going to do a second season of WandaVision, which ultimately pisses me off
Mm,
because there's so much more to her storyline. And they could have
yes.
then made the Captain Marvel storyline correct because Captain Marvel was a Black, strong female character when she
Mm,
entered into the Marvel universe, and they chose to change her race. But that's another story. Anyway,
mm,
so here we have the shadows. Both sides need to deal with their shadows, right? Her,
mm.
both Wanda and Stephen Strange. Then one though is considered a hero, even though continually in multiple universes, his ego and lack of ego death continues to F up every universe in some way, and somebody else has to save him.
Yep. Shout out to my man Wong. Wong always got to slide through.
Wong always got to slide through. In another universe, it was oh god,
The
the black guy. What is his name?
Mortar. I think it's his.
Mordo.
Yeah, Mortal. Which that's a question I have for Marvel people. They didn't address him in our universe because remember at the end of Doctor Strange, he took the powers of that Latin guy, the Chilean actor. He
Mhm.
had gone there.
Yep.
He was taking away the powers of people who had unlocked it, and we don't know what happened to him. He's just not being addressed. I'm just
Which I
like,
thought they were going to address him in this
that's
universe,
what I thought too.
because I think he does become a villain in one of the storylines, one of the arcs.
Yep.
Um, okay, but so we see him go through all these different universes, and every version of him
Yes.
is an egotistical bastard
Yep. Because
that
he
thinks
is.
so highly of himself
Yeah,
that
he
he
is.
screws things up. And sometimes he's willing to like say, okay, you guys got to kill me in order for things to make it better. And other times he's just like, hey, I'm pretty much sorcerer supreme. So I get
Mm,
to use my magic however the hell I want to. But these
right.
women can't use theirs that way. These women, that's wrong. I got a big problem
Mm,
with how the feminine power is portrayed. I am not saying what Wanda was trying to do was right, wrong, or indifferent. I'm saying
mm.
how with that our magic is portrayed and the historical universal magic that we possess is portrayed, and how we are may or may not use it is problematic, and that somehow we are fully incapable of controlling our emotions. I got major problems.
I agree with you completely. I feel as if that the one thing I can appreciate about Marvel, and this even goes back to Thanos. Every villain they've had, like Thanos and Wanda right now, for Scarlet Witch, for example, we can see the justifications in their actions.
Yes.
Like Thanos' main justification for wanting to do the snap was because there was limited resources. He'd rather half of people be gone and that other half that are still here get all the resources that they need. And they touch on it in the Anthony Mackie series. I forgot his name, the Falcon.
Yeah, yeah, it was Winter Soldier and the
When
Falcon.
his sister was saying that she had an easier time when half of the population was gone. Like she was able to get a loan. Like things were easier then than it was when everybody came back. So I really appreciate, and even Wanda, she's not all the way wrong. Like we were saying, the kids were real, and she sacrificed way too much, and no one seems to care.
Not at
Where,
all.
no, where's everybody else? She's
Don't nobody
alone
give a
somewhere.
shit. That's what's problematic. Okay, y'all, it's after 8, so I can cuss.
Yeah, go show.
No, they didn't show what this was in regard to what happened to Vision. What happened to Vision was shown at the end of WandaVision. So, like I said, if you
Right.
haven't seen WandaVision, you guys gotta go watch WandaVision. I would
Yeah.
also highly recommend the Loki series. it got a lot of bad press. I'm gonna tell you, I actually enjoyed it.
It was
Um,
good. I thought it was
because
good too.
it really explained a lot about the multiverse, and there are some scenes in Doctor Strange that are going to connect to it. It's pretty interesting to me. No, it's not fair at all. She's always the bad guy and he's always the hero. Like everything. Okay, payment comes due, but where does he ever have to make a damn payment?
Trying to think. I think at the end with that third eye, but that's not even. That's an upgrade to
I
his
looked
powers,
that
though.
one
That's
up
not even a
too.
pun. That's not even a punishment. That's an upgrade.
That's not a punishment. That's a, we gonna get to that part. Hey Morgan, how are you, dear? How are you, love?
Mm,
Wanda is literally one of, if not the strongest characters, male or
yes.
female, that exists in the Marvel universe.
Yeah,
They
she whooping
already
everybody ass.
yes, they shortchanged her during the, Infinity War and that whole, all that series. They shortchanged her power then.
Mm-hmm.
Because they wanted the Brie Larson to come in and be like the freaking savior of the world or whatever.
Yeah.
Miss me. Um, and also Kevin Feige and them will tell you, if you listen to any of their interviews, that they did not want to play up the power of her witchcraft. They did
Mm.
not want to play up the esoteric metaphysical power, because they weren't sure how it was going to be received. And B, I'm going to be very honest with you, I don't think that they are quite prepared to show that type of metaphysical power and prowess in a
Mm.
light that is neither positive nor negative, but is neutral, and it is what it is.
I felt like I watching the movie. I felt like they did at least attempt to do something with the black side, because I even felt like in the energy in the movie it was a little like dark. Like when she, if are we gonna touch on certain scenes? Am I
Oh
allowed to
yeah,
use
we're
a
gonna
scene
keep
for?
going. We're gonna keep going.
When she came out the mirror, I was like, oh, you
That
know
was
that part,
deep.
right? When she came out like a, and then she put herself kind of back together. I was like, oh, this is dark, real quick. It felt a little dark.
But I'm gonna tell you, okay, so let me explain that.
Okay.
So there is a belief in the spiritual realm that standing water of any kind can actually serve as a portal for either entry of a spiritual entity, or that you can cast the spiritual entity into the water.
Oh snap!
So I was like, oh, y'all gonna
Right.
go there. I said, okay,
Mm.
Wanda, use the water portals. Water is that's like, and some people will say, dang, Lisa, you know a lot about witchcraft. I'm not gonna say this witchcraft. I'm just say it is what it is. That is a
Yeah.
spiritual principle. Okay. That's a
Yeah.
spiritual principle. Um, Rogue Nerd, we're gonna touch on whether or not his payment is not getting the girl by the damn end scene.
But can
They
I
gonna
say
let
something?
go ahead, baby.
He got his girl. Like if you watch the post credit scene, Miss Charlize Theron. That's the woman who he's supposed to end up
Clea.
with in the yeah, that's the woman he's supposed to end up in the comics. So they were like, so they teased us. They were like, oh, he lost the love of his life. Psych. You know what I'm saying? Like that's you know?
Right, right. The water is the mirror is the water. I'm just saying that that there is, trust me,
Mm.
trust me, you can cast spirits into standing. I have, I, I have cast spirits into a small puddle of water to get them
Yeah.
out of a house or out of some
Ooh.
place.
That's why Native Americans were so weary of like reflections and stuff. Like when they were handed mirrors by the Europeans, like that's why they were like kind of weary of them, of
Right,
the mirrors. They don't
right,
trust it. Even to this day, there's certain like if you go to Brazil and go the natives there, they're like, I don't want to see my reflection like that
right.
because
Uh,
they know what's up. They know game.
but there's a lot of like, because if especially in places where you have a lot of the dark arts that are practiced, that can
Mm,
be very dangerous if you don't know how to protect yourself.
correct. That's true. People just want to play, games with things that they have no idea what they're doing. And it's
Child,
dangerous game. It's dangerous, y'all.
child. But then again, I'm now got to put this back. I don't know that this movie did that. It presented everything. First of all, runes are not dark
They're not.
magic. I was looking at the various sacred geometry that they were using in that, and that's why I gotta go back and see it again, because I was like, I was waiting like in one of the scenes in her temple,
Mm.
it almost looked like Metatron's cube, but it was close, but not there. I'm like, if y'all use Metatron's cube in here, I'm getting up, coming through that screen. I'm gonna find y'all and I'll whoop y'all ass. Don't play with certain things.
Right. Yeah, don't.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I was looking at the sacred geometry they were using and whether or not it was, properly being used, and I don't believe that it was.
Okay.
How was I talking about you, Nico? Oh, would
I
you
wanted.
Scarlet Witch?
Oh, I'm done.
I miss Agatha too. Agatha, that was a very interesting. That's a whole WandaVision thing. Let's stay here because I got to stay
Wait,
here.
can I ask you a question? Is there
Absolutely.
any symbolism behind her with the dark tip fingers? Because I found that very interesting. Did you notice that her fingers were black once she started like doing
When she was using the dark hold, and then
right?
his fingers turned black
Too. What
when
he
he
did was
started using
dark.
the. Huh?
At the end, you know what I'm talking about with his other self that he brought back up. He woke up. That was dark.
Yeah, but he woke up after using the dark hold with
Yeah,
black fingertips, and
that's what I'm.
yet,
Mm,
and yet, and yet, he is allowed to use dark magic
mm,
and dream walk, or what they say is dark magic and dream walk, which is nothing more than astral travel. For those of you that are in my esoteric realm, that he ain't do nothing but astral travel. That's not
yeah,
bad.
right. Yeah.
Anyway, beyond that, so he gets to do it, and he gets to live and not die, and life is all good and everything is fine, and in that their reality.
Yeah.
Oh, Christine, I love you too, but I can't come with you. And
I
then
love
she
you
go,
in every universe.
I love you in every universe. And I get to go live my damn life while
Mm,
Wanda yet again has to sacrifice hers. I'm
mm,
done. I
yeah.
was done. So it's okay for a man to use dark magic, but it's not okay for us to. If y'all don't stop playing with my face, I was so mad with Marvel.
And I feel like women are more spiritually in tune. Not that men aren't always, but I feel like we're more connected with our spiritual selves. We're more accepting of it. So it's like, hi, kitty. So it's like, why not, why distrust her that way? Why automatically neglect her feelings and not allow her to try to come? Because if you think about it, all she want to do is be with her kids. That's it. She's not plotting world domination. There's nothing egotistical or prideful from what she wants. She just wants to be a mother to her children that she once had. That's it.
Right? According to Kevin Samuels, that's what we supposed. Oh, too soon, too soon, too soon.
Chop, listen.
That's the
Don't get me
next
started
live.
on that. Don't get
That's
me
the next.
started on that man. Oh
That's the
my
next
God.
live. But anyway,
Promise,
um,
bitch.
but my thing is that exactly right. So she wants to be a mother to her children,
Mm,
wherever, whatever universe they're in, whatever timeline they're in. She just wants to be reunified with her children,
right.
and she's wrong.
Mm,
Now, I'm not saying the way she went about it was completely and totally correct,
right.
but for God's sake, can you not act like, or can you not write a character, especially one that is as powerful as her, and she has zero control over her emotional state, such that she's going to tear up not just this universe, but all of them? Can we do that?
Yeah.
I got problems. I
Yeah.
have problems as who is the hero, and why is feminine power so uh feared instead of revered?
Because we're so crazy and emotional. Don't you understand her? Like, we're just crazy ass beings. crazy ass emotional beings that got no control over ourselves. BS. Because
And the only time we get control is when we're fighting another woman, because that's when when Miss America Chavez finally got her life in
yeah,
order. And she was
that's
like, oh,
true. To whoop
wait,
her ass, right? To whoop her ass. All the monsters and stuff she encountered, she couldn't whoop their ass soon.
not a one.
Not a one.
Not, stop. Kitty, stop.
He's so cute. But
I
yeah,
don't
I'm
agree with
just.
how she did it, but ever since she was a child, she has suffered trauma. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, her parents got blown up to smithereens, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. See, she's been catching L's from the beginning, y'all. Come on, we gotta show. That's why I've been giving her grace this whole time. Like even when she was fighting the Illuminati, I was like, and she messed their ass up too. I was showing her grace because I was like, she's been through a lot. Doctor Strange
Listen.
had a good life. He was a rich ass doctor who went to Columbia University up until a couple years ago, and even now he's getting glory in his second phase of life.
And she's what? She's been, her parents were killed. She's
Mm,
uh, been experimented on and
sure.
experimented on for years and years and years, right? Mind
Yeah.
control, yada yada, trying to figure out her magic and her power. Her and her brother. Her brother dies. Her man dies. Her
Mm.
children are taken
No,
from
you got to
her.
kill your man. Remember, you have
You
to
got to
kill
kill
your
your
man.
man.
He doesn't
You
just
got to
die.
watch your man die the first time. Then
Mm.
the government has him, so you got to you go bring him back to life, and then you got to kill him, and then you bring him back to life again or something, and then he leave you because you done gone cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Like, come on now. How much does she have to lose?
Right.
Yep,
I
she
agree
was
with you.
experimented on. Yep, yep. Here we go. What you got, Rogue Nerd? As a mother, I'm Team Wonder. You're not stopping me from getting my kids. I'm
Period.
serious. You're
I don't got no
not.
kids. I just got pet kids, and I'm getting my pets back. Screw that. Let alone a child.
Right. So this is my problem with it. Okay. So then I did the man end up doing his shadow work, Doctor Strange? I suppose
Mm.
maybe. And then his reward for that is having his third eye open, which I actually pulled up what the Marvel Universe's version of the third eye is, and let me put this here for y'all so y'all can read it along with the rest of the class. It is
Heh.
called the Eye of Agamotto.
Oh,
Agamotto. Agamotto.
yeah, yeah.
It's a fictional mystical item appearing in American comic books published by Marvel Comics and other media. Blah, 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 blah. With its first appearance in Doctor Strange, that's where it appeared in the comic books. And Agamotto, so the Eye of Agamotto and Agamotto in his caterpillar form also appeared in the Gold Key Dark Shadows comic book, Collinwood Possessed. The Eye of Agamotto is merely the name given to the name commonly given to the amulet Strange wears on his chest, although the eye actually resides within the amulet and is released from time to time. Now, they of course designed this after the all-seeing eye of the Buddha. Okay.
Mm.
Um, and as a Nepali symbol meant to protect the wearer against evil.
Wow.
Um, then some say that the Eye of Agamotto then contains the time stone, which then. So this is his ability to now foresee in the future, the past, the present, all over throughout all of
Right.
time without anything, right? Now, this is the thing. This is the thing, my thing is that third eye vision, thank you. It looks freaky.
Mm. Yeah, it did.
Um, third eye vision is neither freaky nor anything to be scared of. It's
Mm.
not dark, right? So you're still associating this level and ability of sight that he somehow managed to be able to bring back from another damn universe, and she
Mm.
couldn't get her kids. I'm gonna stop right there because that pissed me.
Yeah, give her her damn kids.
Give her her childrens.
Yeah, exactly. This is harder than getting them back from the court system. What the hell?
Uh,
I feel like she fighting the court system. Getting back my damn kids.
thank you.
Yeah.
Rogue Nerd also says you don't feel like he has. The Illuminati tried to hold him accountable because they said that he was the problem. Exactly. Exactly. But he's never been truly, I mean, in some regards, he was held accountable. And then his other side comes around and says, oh, no, I've changed. I'm good. And he might be good, but I'm tired of him getting rewarded every rip. Every rip he comes back. Every
Yeah.
rip it's okay. Every rip he gets what he wants.
I mean, like do you think? I feel like he is like the Punisher because look at Peter. Peter lost everything in the last movie.
Yeah.
Peter lost everything.
Yeah.
Like he lost his aunt, Happy, his friends, his admission into MIT, everything. He's literally starting from the ground up. You saw that shitty
I
ass apartment
know.
he in, roach infested ass apartment,
I know. But
Section
that,
8 ass
but that was
apartment.
the but that was the only way that they could reset and get back to the
Right.
comic book arc, like the traditional comic book arc that all of us grew up on, watched in, on the
Hmm.
cartoons, some of y'all later
Yeah,
on.
we're about to see him struggle. Yeah, but my thing is that that's what I mean. But see how he had the ultimate punishment, but Doctor Strange walked out of it scot free, even though he was the one that kind of sort of messed everything up with the spells.
Absolutely. And then if you pay close attention at the beginning of the movie,
Hmm.
when America Chavez, once they rescue her, him and Wong are sitting there, chit-chatting. What do you see, Booger?
He's so cute.
Um, and Doctor Strange is she asked them, do they know anything about the multiverse? And he says, well, a little bit. Have you ever heard of Spider-Man? Ninja, I thought you didn't know who Spider-Man was. That was that spell, right, that you cast at
Yeah.
the end of the last movie.
No,
Come
I think he doesn't know his identity. So I think he knows of the hero, but he doesn't know Peter Parker. Isn't that it?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to find out.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Because I
I'm
think
gonna
he
have to
still
look.
remembers fighting side by side with him. He just doesn't know who the man is behind the mask. Or the
Maybe I'm
teenager,
gonna
I should
have to
say.
listen to that line again because I felt there was an incongruency. The reason the guy is his nemesis because he feels that Strange was just using magic however he wants. Exactly. And I happen to agree with Mordo in a lot of ways.
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Gemini, they're saying hello to you, baby. Um, it was Peter that kept changing the spell on Strange. No, Peter kept asking for new things, then Strange had to change the spell.
Correct. And also Strange should have never done the spell to begin with.
To
I
begin
mean,
with,
like, right, like you're a grown ass man. Like this is a teenager. Why are you like fe- feeding into this? You know what I'm saying?
because Peter had fed his ego. See, it's always Stephen Strange's ego that's the problem.
That's true.
Oh yes, I couldn't change anything. Cause Wong came and told him, man, don't do this.
Right.
This is not what you want to do.
Shout
Oh,
out
good
to
night,
all the
Nico.
shout out to all the people of color characters in these movies that always gotta be the voice of reason, and they so sick and tired of being the voice of reason because they have to clean everything up. Shout out to y'all.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So while I enjoyed the movie, I am gonna go back and see it again.
Yeah, I want to see it again too. What I found interesting, and I didn't know if you noticed this, but you know that the white book they were trying to get the whole movie.
Yes.
The so you know the arches around the book, right? That's in the Vatican. Like the poles, the wooden pole things. Like if you go back and see, they have that exact replica thing in
Are you
the
serious?
Vatican. Yeah, I have a picture of it because I went like in 2018 to the Vatican. They have it there. I'm gonna try to send it to you now while we're actually chatting. Um, they
Oh
had that pole thing in the Vatican. I know because I saw it and I was like, wait a minute, that's in the Vatican. The wooden column looking things that are floating around the book. That's
Yes.
in the yeah. I actually just found. Let me see. I'm looking right now. I'm gonna find a picture. I'm gonna send it to you because it's
Oh my
crazy. I was like,
God.
when I saw that, I was like, that's in the Vatican. Was the inspiration for that in the Vatican? Was that their
Probably,
inspiration?
there's a lot of mysticism, like as much as we might not want to admit to it, there's a ton of mysticism all through Catholicism. There's a ton that's all
I
through
just sent you the picture on
Christianity.
your phone. I
My
just sent you the
phone's in
picture.
the other room, so but that's
Yeah,
okay.
but when you chance, yeah,
Yeah, I will. I do like America's jacket. I do like her jacket. It's totally cute.
yeah,
Like that is. And she's a totally the reason why I didn't put her on the thumbnail, like she's an innocent bystander to me. Like
yeah,
I'm not like there's nothing, the only thing I did not like is the fact that, you know, I can't control it. I can't control it. And only
yeah,
when I get emotionally upset. So the only time that we are able to operate in our full power is when we're emotionally upset and then we have no control over it instead of really our emotions being
mm,
our full power, and then
right,
we utilize them and wield them as necessary, right?
yeah. I think maybe they were trying to play also on the fact that she's 15 because the actress is she just turned 16. Um,
Yes, I agree with that. I agree with that.
but I agree with you. I feel like you got to find that strength within yourself when push calls to shove, and really at least try to do something instead of just freaking out. But
Well,
we not all
that
bad bitches.
yeah, that, and though again, my thing is, so here she is, the damsel in distress, can't control her stuff, can't do this, can't do that. And then the woman that stop, kitty.
It's my show
She's
now.
um hey purple lover, how you doing, honey? Um it's very women are emotionally exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
And and then deriding us for it. When she entered, now again, those of you coming into the room,
mm,
I welcome you to the room, but this is full of spoilers, and I'm just discussing this movie because it got me feeling some type of way, but I'm not going to be discussing it much longer tonight. Um, my thing is this: is that when she came into the temple, when her and Wong got to the temple, and she realized that this was her throne.
yeah,
When she realized that, and then she made the statement, I'm not supposed to travel. I'm butchering the line. I'm not supposed to travel the multiverse. I'm supposed to rule it.
yeah,
Now, the way it was said was so sinister,
yeah,
but the actual meaning of that, sister, you're right.
yeah,
Like the actual meaning of we are the embodiment
mm,
of all of creation.
yeah,
And so exactly we are supposed to be. And then that's exactly why the men couldn't let her.
yeah. Exactly. Absolutely.
I'm over it. I was, and my youngest daughter took me. She's just now getting into, um, she just recently got into the whole MCU. Like, believe it or not, she
Oh
fought me
wow.
tooth and nail. She's 28, almost 29. She's just now. I'm just glad she's here now. So anyway, she took
She
me.
made
She made it. And so she bought the ticket, I bought the popcorn and the nachos and stuff. And
it.
she enjoyed it, and I didn't want to ruin it for her. And I'm not saying I didn't enjoy it, but usually with these, stop. Usually with these, the first time when I see it, I'm like, oh wow, you know, I look at it always from a metaphysical point of view. And usually there's this space where they're helping us to find the empowerment within ourselves.
Right.
Right? And I'm like, wow, like, did you catch this? Did you catch that? Did you catch this principle? And this time I'm like, you guys are coming at the feminine power in a
Right.
way most people aren't going to get it. And I'm not here for it.
Can I ask you something? And this might sound a little
Absolutely.
cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, but what do you feel like was their intention with making this movie? Like, yes, make a movie, make millions, get it, but do you feel like there's this hidden agenda thing? Because even the actress, right, that they now I'm of Latin descent. I'm very happy to see a female Latin superhero on the rise,
Mhm,
but they specifically picked a Latin actress that was of more native connection,
mhm,
because even her first name is of a native language. The actress's first name is native. It's not a
mhm.
Spanish
Yes,
name,
it
it's a
is.
native. Yeah. So it's like, to me, that's kind of powerful. Like, they could have picked a Puerto
Absolutely.
Rican, but they picked a Mexican girl that was of closer to her native descent.
Absolutely. I noticed that about her name. I was like, "Oh." I will say this in the comic books, and Rogue Nerd, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but in the comic books, this was who she was. So they
Okay.
didn't race swap or anything like that to try to
Mm,
appear woke. One thing I always loved about Stan Lee and Marvel Comics more
mm,
so than the DC world, because I mean, don't get me wrong, I love my Superman, I love my Wonder Woman, I love my Batman. I
I
love
love
that
Betty.
universe. But one thing I always loved about Marvel Comics over DC was Stan Lee, without having to be told to be inclusionary, just told
Yes.
amazing stories that were
Amen.
authentic to culture
Mm,
without going overboard, appearing woke, or to pander. Like, they
right.
were just great stories. And what I don't like about some of the things that current day um Marvel producers, writers, whatever have done is they will race and gender and sexuality swap for the sake of being woke rather than
Right.
simply going by canon and what Stan Lee created, because he already has created an amazing, diverse, full universe filled with all races,
Right.
gender, sexualities. Like, you didn't have to be one type of an individual like a Superman or a Wonder Woman in order to be a superhero.
Right.
So
And before he died, he was working on this uh superhero from India, like of Indian descent, and he was supposed to be
yeah.
chakra related, I believe. I forgot.
Yes.
Yeah, he was working on another Latin superhero as well before he passed.
Absolutely.
Which, I mean, so
Absolutely.
it just goes to show that even to the end, he was still working on kind of not
Absolutely.
just pushing out like, I'm gonna put out this black superhero. I mean, like, if you look at Black Panther and like you really break down that universe, the details he added, and like, I will always, like, to this day, I'm so upset. All these horrible people on earth, and they just had to take Chadwick away from us. Such a great vibrational actor,
Yeah.
it just, I would have loved to seen him portray more, because Black Panther goes, he goes through some stuff, he does a lot. um but
He
just having that
does.
character such a positive light, and putting a country in Africa in such a positive light, like, even though it's a made up country, just putting it in a positive light is amazing.
But
you know
what was also amazing and with Black Panther and very authentic and true is
mm,
that if you paid attention again to the rest of the MCU, the vibranium and some other
yeah,
technology and things that allowed Iron Man to be Iron Man, allowed Captain America to be Captain America, allowed all these other individuals to be who they were, came from there. And that's what we
from the
then find
motherland.
out from the
Hmm.
motherland. And
Pangea.
how beautiful of Stan Lee to way back then to
Yeah,
create this world that's what exists. Like, he understood way before anyone ever had to tell him. He was
yeah.
so far ahead of his time. It was just absolutely,
I don't
absolutely.
even think it was far ahead of his time. I just think he was a decent person who looked at other people like decent people. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was like, why not make, you know,
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
true.
let's do that. Why not? Like, why is that out of the realm of possibility? Black people are capable of excellence just as much as white people, just as much as Asians, Hispanics, anybody else.
But he honored
Yeah.
world history in Black Panther.
Oh yeah, he
He
did.
he honored the fact that that is the cradle of civilization.
That's why I said Pangea. Yeah, because that's
Yeah,
where we
absolutely.
all come
Pangea,
from.
absolutely. Yep.
Right.
Desiree says, I don't know about you guys, but that Chamber of the Witch was the highest on the highest part of the mountain. Absolutely. Very mystic. Absolutely. That it was very, I mean, that was her temple. And I
Hmm.
think that that's again, like if you were to, if you ever get the chance to like even watch people videotaping, like going through the different
Mm.
pyramid temples, the temple of Dendera and the especially, oh god, that's such a beautiful
Oh
Karnak and
man,
the
I gotta
others,
go
the ones
travel.
that are set up for the goddesses are just
Mm.
amazing, but the highest points then become this apex and this place of communication, right?
Hmm.
And then there's many tunnels and chambers that are deep below for healing, but that was her temple and that was her throne. And how
Right.
dare they, I mean, I don't, I got to go back because I really want to see and look at the, I wish I could record it, like I wish I had it on recording now so I could really look at that goddess image that was etched in the stone.
Oh, it's
Um,
beautiful, right? I thought it was very beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful.
And I have a question though. Okay, so Juan takes her there, right? Because she kind of needs his help to get there. Because she didn't even know of the existence of the second place until he mentioned it.
Right.
Um, but my thing is that the fact that this has been predetermined, doesn't that mean that this kind of seems to be part of the timeline? That this must happen? It seems like this was because somebody came here and knew this was all going to happen and etched her in stone and stuff like that. So everything she's doing now isn't it supposed to happen? Because it was, isn't that proof of it? Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yes, that's always the age old discussion. Is it predestination or do we truly have free will?
Right. But somebody etched that there. Somebody knew she was going to be Scarlet Witch.
Or they knew that she's existed for all time. So she
Oh
is the
yeah.
embodiment of the goddess within all of us. And
Mm.
they knew that she knows everybody knows that she's ancient, right? So, I mean, even in WandaVision, they show her back in the 1700s and, with the Salem witch trials and they show her at different time periods throughout history. So
Right.
that looked to me like that was ancient, ancient, ancient. She
Yeah.
probably moved that temple to that location, probably in Tibet somewhere, most likely from the look of the way that was all, carved, or Nepal or something like that.
Yeah.
Um,
Something.
and so that has existed since whatever beginning of human history for her to always come back to and for her to interact with her peeps. Like that was her throne. It's
Yeah.
eternal throne, if you will.
Yeah.
Uh,
That was, it was really cool. I agree with you. Her throne was. It's funny how he had thought it was her tomb or something like that. I don't know
and
if it
she
was him
thought
or
it
her.
was too, though.
Right. And then it's like, no, it's my throne.
And that shows that scene in of itself. If I could encapsulate awakening to
Mm-hmm.
who you really are,
Yeah.
that would be that scene. Like the moment you recognize not only that you're an eternal being and an eternal spirit having a human experience, but you finally kind of grasp what that eternal being is and means. That's like the ultimate in waking up to who you are as a divine creature, not
Yep.
God, but a divine creature. And that was like this. I found, and so my youngest daughter loves Wanda as well. By the way, she loves Scarlet Witch. She and I both were livid at the end of this movie. We
Mm-hmm.
both were absolutely. She's like, they're gonna kill my bitch. They're gonna make
No,
my
they're
bitch kill
not.
herself. They're gonna make my bitch kill herself.
They could,
And
you, and I was saying that because my friend, she's a writer, right? And she was saying they never love to redeem women. They hate it. Men can do anything, but us, the minute we kill one person,
no,
y'all gotta go.
so here we go back to the Adam and Eve discussion again, but we're gonna let that one go for a minute. Wanda's power is literally everything. Her power is she can create her reality, and that, beloved, is your power as well. And I know Rogue Nerd knows that. But if all my girls can hear something, and all my guys, don't think fellas, you got the same power. But if
Yeah.
all my girls can hear something, your power is in your creation, your creative
Yes.
ability to be a creatrix and change your reality and change the reality of everyone around you. You have the
Mm-hmm.
ability to do that. Now, please use it for good, not for evil. That's all I got to say about that. Yes, Gemini wants to give her review as well. What is the Latina? What is her?
Her name is, I think it's is Lote. I don't know how to pronounce it because it's like a native language. Like it's not. It's like the language they spoke before the Spanish came and all that.
Yeah, it's almost
But
like Incan. It's almost
yeah,
Incan.
yeah, it's like
Okay, wait.
yeah, it's like Incan or Mayan,
Um,
but it means flower, I believe, or something.
actress
It has a meaning to it.
name
Yeah.
that plays America Chavez. I'll get it
And
for you. 1 second, Papa. Here she
just
is.
being a person from the from the Latin community, native names are rarer to come across.
Yes, they are. When I
Yeah, they're
saw this
not.
name, I
Yeah,
was
they're
like,
not.
yo, that's not, we don't see
Yeah, it's
that
not
a lot.
common. Yeah, it's not common.
Okay, paste. Purple, that's her. Purple Lover, that's her name. I just put it in the chat.
Do you know the meaning? I think it means flower, if I'm not mistaken.
I didn't go that far. Hold on.
I know people who speak native, like Incan Mayan language. I mean, people still speak it today. I actually came across people speaking it the other day in New York. I could ask them as well if there's any real meaning behind it.
It is an Aztec name. It is actually one of the goddesses, if I'm not mistaken.
Ooh, there you go.
If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but I'm almost positive.
It's beautiful though, and I think it's great that her parents named her something, you know,
Oh,
Aztec. That's
Incan or
awesome.
Mayan. It can be. They're saying Mayan as well.
Mm-hmm.
Flower, yes, that's what it
Yeah,
means.
I knew it was like
I
flower or
feel
something.
like I'd have to go grab my goddess. Let me see if that's the. Let's see. Yeah, well, and it's close. Zoctil, yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go. I don't know if I want to go to wisdom. Yeah. I guess we can do Wikipedia. I don't necessarily like them, but whatever. Here we go. Let's share this. So even her, even the actress chosen to play
America.
America, it actually has a goddess, or at least the root of the goddess name. Um,
Yeah, I see it. Yep.
yep. In
And
Aztec
that's taken seriously.
mythology, oh gosh, Zoquetzal. Also, yeah, right. Meaning maiden, was a goddess associated with fertility, beauty, and love, serving
Creation.
as protector of young mothers and a patroness of pregnancy, childbirth, and the crafts practiced by women, such as weaving and embroidery. In pre-Hispanic Mayan culture, a similar
Yeah.
figure is
So
goddess
so
Eye.
she's the goddess of creation, like both like manually and like giving birth. And that's
Absolutely.
interesting.
Compound of Zoctil, which is okay, meaning flower, and Quetzaltali, meaning precious feather, or Quetzal, tail feather. Modifies the second. Thus, the goddess's name literally means flower, precious feather, or flower Quetzal feather. So, and she was actually a maiden or a young woman.
Yep. That's interesting, right?
Hmm. Well, so very interesting.
Yeah.
Let's see here. America is a Latina gay character. Oh, is she?
No, her parents are gay. I don't know if her actual character is gay,
Well,
but
Rogue
she
Nerd
had two
is
moms.
literally like crazy pants into this. So
Oh, is she? So she is.
Is America herself then
Yeah,
a gay character then? Rogue Nerd, is that what you're saying?
because
In
I thought they.
2011.
I'm not saying she's not. Obviously, like I'm sure she's. In 2011 is Marvel's first
Oh,
Latina LGBTQ character. Okay.
that's crazy. I did not know that. He really
I
did
thought
have
they
such a love
changed
of
it in
culture.
the movie and just made her parents a gay
In the
couple.
movie, they made her parents. Yes,
Yeah.
Denzel put this girl through wash. Who? Wait, what? Wait. He had such a love of culture. He had to. He had a. He had. Where he got some of inspiration from. I'm assuming we're talking about Stan Lee. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Um, sorry, Popolova. I was yeah. Did her temple have the DNA symbol? Not that I can recall. Y'all gonna make me try to see if I can still catch it tonight. It's only 9 o'clock. I bet you I can. The legend of her is in the Darkhold. The legend of Rogue Nerd. Which legend?
Uh-huh.
She's the goddess mother of us all. Absolutely. Thank you. Is that what they're trying to say? Basically, what I'm trying to say is that the Scarlet Witch's essence is Goddess Mother. From what I could see from the inscriptions on the walls, she's the essence of the divine feminine. Absolutely, the divine feminine is refusing to be ignored. Yeah, the fullness of our divinity. Okay, I put that in there. Okay, here we go. I couldn't believe the very beginning of Strange tried to take right the other Strange in another universe, who then became Zombie Strange,
I knew
and
he was
made.
gonna be no good when he had a ponytail.
But I'm trying to. That was like the ultimate Strange. I thought. Like I thought that was good Strange.
I think our Strange is Ultimate Strange.
I don't know. I couldn't believe he did it either. I was like, "You fool!"
Time out. What'd you think of Christine's wedding dress? I thought she looked fabulous.
I thought Christine's wedding dress was amazing.
And the
I
venue was great.
honestly thought that was going to be a scene in another universe, and then it was this one. I was like, "Oh,
Oh, yep. I'm glad they showed her power. She was like, I'm not waiting around for you. You know how many women wait around for their superhero boyfriend? She
I
was like, boy, bye. I'm gonna live my life.
I I agree with that, but
Okay.
the only good and powerful woman in the whole movie was the one that leaned not on her emotions, but on her more masculine, logical tendencies.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Y'all gonna think that I'm this like really woke feminist, and those of you that hang out with me enough know that I am absolutely not. Not
No,
to the
you're
degree that other people, that it has become. I think it's
yeah,
become a mockery and,
I agree. Yeah.
horrible.
I
And
mean,
I
I agree
usually
with
don't
you.
get this picky, but this
No, you're
this
right.
hit
But you're right
me.
though. Now that you said that, you're right. You're right. Cause normally in the female depiction, she would have stayed and tried longer. We didn't even see Christine try to be with him. She was just like, boy, bye. You got purple aliens chasing you and shit. I'm at find
But
me this
I think
nice
she
brother
even
that I'm gonna marry. You saw she married a brother. She's like, I'm gonna marry this nice brother and I'm out.
now I did appreciate the interracial relationship.
I did
Um,
too. It was
but
cute.
I think that this happened more so because I forgot he'd been gone for that 5 years.
Oh
So I think
yeah.
she more so, I mean, she was already going to move on anyway,
True. I saw
but
that too.
I'm like, I don't know. The Legend of the Scarlet Witch is in the Darkhold. Gotcha. That's right. I forgot. I forgot.
That's true.
He
Yeah.
put the Black Panther. Oh, I did not know that Denzel put Chadwick through college. I
He
did not
no,
know
so
that.
he got a scholarship for him to go to England to do like this project thing. I forgot. It was something like
Oh
that.
wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, yeah, it was really cool. And then
See,
he thanked him for it because he never knew that it was an anonymous donation, so he didn't know who it went to. But he came back and years later and thanked Denzel for it. And then
that's so amazing.
I'm just sad he's gone. Y'all understand. Every time Chadwick and Selena make me cry. Every time I think about those two deaths, them two right there. Every time I
That's
get
a very
sad.
interesting combination, beloved.
Right, Selena and Denzel. Because I feel like they were still. Well, he was older. He was like 40, but they were still in their prime. I feel like they had so much more to do. Like I feel like Denzel did so much. I mean, Chadwick did so much, but he
Mm,
still had a lot left to do. You know.
he did. He did.
for sure. Yeah.
Um, yes, I hate that they undermine the divine feminine as well. And I find it interesting that this movie came out during this kind of season astrologically. Because if y'all been looking at I'll get back to every weekday, y'all. I'll be back on. I'm out of vacation mode now. Um,
Okay.
I'm back. You all know it takes a week or two to get like when you've been gone for a
Right.
week, it takes a week or two to get back to normal. But anyway,
I feel you.
but this is a season of kind of either an attack on uh a rising up of kind of both, right? The divine feminine. There's like a lot of attack on, there's a lot of rising up of, but there's also, ladies, also a lot of the toxic, ugly side of femininity on display, aka Amber Heard and Jada Pinkett Smith. Especially
Okay.
Amber Heard. Now, I'm not going to talk
Trifling
about that
heifer.
on this show here, but I need to do another show on it. So I feel like because a lot of us are coming into or have come into a realization of our true power and might, that they almost have to, or they feel like they have to attack us. There is an attack on femininity. There is an attack on our reproductive abilities, our reproductive
Uh-huh.
responsibilities.
Hmm.
There is an attack on our creative power. There is an attack on the reality that nothing in this universe can be created without us. And yet, everyone always wants to try to make us submit and bend to their will. So,
No wonder
if
Wanda wanna jack them all up.
I don't listen, I was with her.
What did you feel like
There's
the
some
Illuminati
movies that you
scene?
root for the villain.
Yeah,
This
I was
was a
rooting for
movie I was
Thanos. I was rooting for Thanos. I wasn't mad at Thanos. I was like, yo, you have a point, my brother. You do. I wasn't mad at
well,
him.
I
Um, but but what you think about the fighting scene when she took on Captain Carter and them?
the fight scene with Captain Carter.
The Illuminati with Doctor the Fantastic Four brother.
Okay, first of all, I'm here for what's his name being Reed, okay? I'm here
Um,
for it.
you know
I
they want
love
Dwight
him.
to be Doctor Doom from
Huh?
The Office. So you know how that's Jim from The Office, right?
Right, 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 right.
Right. They want Dwight to be Doctor Doom
I think
or
that would be
something.
dope. Like I
Wouldn't
wouldn't
that be
I would
funny
not
as
stop
hell?
giggling and laughing.
Right.
Like that would be too much. Um
Hilarious.
I thought that it was kind of cool to have Captain Carter in there. Like I've not seen the what ifs, so on
Oh,
Disney, so I
they
probably
play on
should
all of
have.
them. They play on all of them. So
Yeah.
in one of the what ifs, Doctor Strange, so in one of the universes, Christine, one reason why they're not together is Christine dies. So Christine rides in a car with him on the way to that gala where he was supposed to hurt his hands in a crash. But instead of hurting
Oh,
his hands, she dies. And in that
oh,
universe, he keeps trying to avoid her dying. He uses the time stone to go back and stop her from dying. And the more he does it, the more he messes up and the universe collapses onto itself.
oh, good. That's lovely.
Yeah. So
So I was glad to see Captain Carter.
mhm.
Like she was really badass. I really enjoyed her.
Yeah.
I was glad to see race appropriate Captain Marvel.
Race appropriate. I know that's right.
I mean, she was black when she first entered the universe.
Correct.
I'm gonna leave that for another day, but I have never stopped being irritated by that.
Right.
So
Dr.
I was
Xavier.
glad to see that. I thought the whole fight scene was really Bolt. I didn't remember Bolt from anything, so I know that
Yeah,
was
I wasn't excited to see him. But what about Dr. Xavier? Were you excited to see
oh
him?
my gosh. I was excited to see Professor X. I realized
Professor,
though
I'm sorry, not doctor.
that's okay.
Yeah.
I realize though, you know how you're seeing an actor in probably their last movie.
Oh, don't do that.
No, I mean it's not like it was
No,
like
I know what you mean. You're right. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Because I got that feeling too. That's why I was like, oh no, she's thinking it too.
you just at some point you recognize their age, and it's
Yeah,
like because they don't age for so long.
yeah.
And
He
then
looked
it
the
was
same for the longest though,
he
right?
did he did, and but then when the scene where he was trying to free Wanda's mind, which I
Mm-hmm.
thought was crazy. Um, but the sweater, like the underneath the sweater he had on, you could just tell his like build, his physical build. I was
He's
like,
frail. Yeah,
dude.
I think Wanda needs to free herself. I don't think
That's
anyone.
the only way that no one else can free Wanda but herself.
Right, and that's how it should be.
The pendulum swings far in one direction, will swing far in the other one to bring things back into balance. Yes, and we're experiencing that swing right now. My concern is that we as women
Mm.
need to be sure that we don't allow it to completely go. Like there's a measure of which we can bring balance back quicker. Like
Mm.
I really feel like we as women can expel the toxicity out of our collective system faster than men will ever be able to.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We just have
We're
to
more
come.
emotionally intelligent and more self-aware.
Yes. Yeah.
No offense, but it's true.
But it's the truth. And so I feel like very strongly that, but if we do that as a collective and stop being crabs in a barrel, then
Mm.
it's going to swing back. And specifically melanated women of rather any hue of melanin
Mm.
that don't mess with time, roll eyes with their cons. Yeah, they do. Wanda's children's superheroes are Wiccan and Speed. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I knew
So
one of them
the
had the ability to run real fast. I know that.
so the other one then is like a powerful witch like she is.
Ooh.
Okay. Well, Lola, I'm gonna wrap
Yes,
this one
ma'am.
up here, sis, because I actually might be able to go see it again tonight. It's only a 2-hour movie.
When are
Um,
you doing Kevin Samuels? Because I feel like there's a lot of symbolism in the way he died on Mother's Day weekend.
uh, uh,
She's like, girl.
that problematic child.
Oh my
I
god.
don't I don't know. I mean, like I was gonna do talk about that tonight, and then I'm like, you know what? There's a lot of people out here talking and
Right.
whatnot. I want to do something nice I want to record a very nice uh podcast for the women tomorrow.
Mm,
Um,
fair enough.
do I dare bring it up tomorrow night in the in the spirit of unification
Mm,
of us?
mm,
Unification. I would love to see some healing.
I agree.
I would love to see some healing amongst us women. And I would love for the women to think that they're supposed to fall behind some man
Mm.
to go in and fall behind them, but get the hell out of my way.
I know that's right. And you are beautiful and you are worthy after 35. I don't know what the hell he was smoking.
He better move around. It's the fact that he couldn't control it after 35.
Eh, yeah. How dare
And
you
yet,
have your own mind and think
right,
independently? How dare you be intelligent?
how
How
dare you?
dare you?
And yet, he passed away on
Mm.
top of a 32-year-old Samoan who was clearly not a size 4 and
Uh,
very much not, she was a hell of a lot closer to 35 than she was 25.
right. Mm.
Now, I just want, all his followers to think about that.
Not only that, but you preached about like being a high value man, but you were in a 2-bedroom apartment when you passed. And reportedly, allegedly, you were going broke towards the end because you were living way outside your means because you started blowing money the minute you started making it. I mean, I'm just saying, ain't nothing high value about not owning the place where you live and being broke. Just saying. I said what I said. And they say she was a nurse, which I find ironic, but then I'm hearing that she was a prostitute playing a nurse, allegedly.
Well, reportedly, she asked for a defibrillator. So I don't know how many ladies of the night you know that could use a defibrillator.
Man, they
But,
got a defibrillator at the movies. You just crack the glass. Y'all know what I'm talking about? The
oh,
kid,
Lord,
you,
have mercy.
you
Oh,
just
no.
crack the glass, bring it out. Everybody know you gotta use a defibrillator with somebody acting up like that. Well, this is what, man, after your 40s, here's some advice from Lola Samuels, all right? Stop taking Red Bull with the little blue pill. Y'all jacking up your heart. If you
That's
can't ride the
true.
ride, if you don't have the energy to ride that ride, stay off the ride, brother.
But that's true, beloved. Now, but he did have, I can't believe him. I can't believe this went this route. He did have, I do know that there are some cancer treatments that can render you with ED as a man.
Okay.
So I'm not really saying too much about the ED. However, I do want people to go and start reading the Pfizer reports
Mm,
on the jabs that are being leaked bit by not leaked, put out finally for public consumption bit by bit, because the latest one details details
mm,
the circulatory system damage and blood clotting that the jab, especially the booster, causes, especially in African Americans, in Black folks.
oh my God.
Specifically, the head of the Department of HHS, about 3 to 4 weeks ago at this point, openly said on an open Zoom call talking about
Mm,
equity in healthcare, yeah, we know the jabs affected African Americans
mm.
at a disproportionately negatively high rate than others. We knew that, said it very flippantly, but you should still take it. So now let me tell you something.
Mhm.
Y'all can think what y'all want to. Y'all could be running around here, whatever, what, who, why, what, where, and what for. I'm gonna tell you, like I told you when the damn thing first came out. Don't be crazy.
Mm.
Don't fall into fear because they are famous, they are infamous for giving us stuff that with us
That's true. And only, and sometimes only African
and
Americans.
sometimes only or at a much higher rate. And so I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. This is
Yeah.
why we have a much higher rate percentage wise of autism and ADHD and other issues with us. These things are not good for us. They are designed to not be good for us, just like they designed Planned Parenthood to be eugenics. Anyway, and on that note,
Yeah.
oh, Kitana, no, you didn't. Yes, Mortal
I
Kombat Kitana
I
fan.
I just find it ironic that he passes away during the weekend of Mother Mother's Day.
Yeah, I haven't ran his chart. Um, but however, 5/5 was a day of radical change. There was some major astrological energetic portals that were open. Could I have foreseen major passings, transitions? No, but I knew there was some major changes that were going on 5/5 into 5/6.
Oh wow.
Um, and also BTW, for those of you that don't watch my weekday thing, I've been already telling y'all that there were going to be some rather adult uh, mm, mm, uh, scandals. And Bill Murray has
Mm.
just come out with a scandal on a movie set, and Fred Savage has now been fired from that said same movie set
Yep.
because of bad conduct we're seeing the Heard trial, and we're not done yet finding stuff about that. And I'm hearing rumbles and scuttlebutts and this, that, and the other that there are some more major stars to come out that have been having problems on movie sets keeping their hands to themselves.
Oh my gosh.
So we're not done yet, y'all. We got the full moon is until what, the 16th or so? Y'all, we got a lot of time. We finna have get y'all popcorn because there's some more coming out. Hmm.
So, I don't understand how people can't keep their hands to themselves. I will never understand. But the full moon gonna be out, and don't people act crazy during the full moon?
Well, and it's the full moon in Scorpio,
What
which
that
is
mean?
all about it's a lot about sex, a lot about secrets, a lot about all that
Ooh,
kind of. So deals done in the dark, and but it can be good for like buying real estate and things like that as well. That is
okay.
the only drug that they give you, not that cannot be held out, but absolutely, absolutely, yep. So, all right. I'm gonna get on out of here, y'all. I was only gonna be on an hour. We've been on 90 minutes and went and talked about some other things I didn't intend to talk about. Uh
Being a troublemaker.
but
I mean,
but thank you so much, Lola. Thank you so much.
always a
Benedict
pleasure.
Cumberbatch is on Saturday. I do not watch Saturday Night Live. God bless him though.
Yeah. Very, by the way, I thought he looked very handsome in the wedding scene when
Didn't
he put on
he?
that suit. He looked very dapper. I was like, okay, Daddy, where we going?
Benedict Cumberbatch is fine. He's gay, but he's
No, I thought he has a wife.
oh, I thought he was gay. I heard that years ago.
No, he's straight, girl.
I I don't know because I can
uh,
remember being very.
no,
Did he?
well, I hope his wife knows, like, because he is married to a woman. He's been married for a while,
Oh, I thought he was gay.
and his
Somebody
wife is
came.
beautiful too. His wife is very
She is
beautiful.
beautiful. I could have sworn somebody came out and said this was when he was playing Sherlock. Somebody told me that he
Mm.
was gay.
You sure you're not getting your white British dudes confused?
No, but it
They're-
was probably some heterosexual homophobe that told me he was gay.
right? Yeah.
Now, I didn't care. Whatever.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. But
Well,
it's
he's
funny that
fine. He's married,
yeah,
but fine.
yeah, yeah. He looked very dapper in his suit at the wedding.
He looked
And then
good.
when he jumped off the balcony to go fight the I don't know the alien octopus with an eyeball, he
Yeah.
looked dapper too.
I was like, oh,
His transition was smooth.
oh. And can we just say a completely different person? Johnny Depp looked good.
When
In that trial, have you seen him in the courtroom?
I never, he always looked like he needed a bath to me.
Oh my God.
He gives me like I don't know, like I feel
He
like you
does
need a
not give
shower.
me dirty tease.
He do.
Um,
He used to. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Like I don't know, in a lot of his roles and stuff, and just when he was used to be on the street when he was younger, like when they would paparazzi would catch him, I'd be like, "Yo, my boy needs a shower with some Dove soap."
no, he does
Yeah.
not. Johnny
Mm-hmm.
Depp, I'm sorry. That could be my next ex-husband. I treat him right. Matter of fact,
Not my
Johnny,
next ex-husband.
you matter of fact, no, he could just I'll keep him. I keep him.
Mm-mm.
Johnny is, and he can play the guitar and sing. I'm a sucker. I am a
Oh
complete
no.
sucker for that. I'm a complete sucker for you play an instrument and sing. It's a rap.
Oh my gosh, I'm done.
Okay, so he's one of my native brothers.
Who's
So
one of your
now,
native brothers?
nah, I don't feel so bad. Johnny Depp.
Oh, oh, Johnny Depp. I didn't know. Cool. I can't believe that woman threw that bottle at his finger and broke his finger. That bitch is crazy as hell.
Child, that woman did a whole lot to that man.
She's a succubus.
That absolutely she is.
Yep, she lured him. But you know what? It's karma for him too, though, low key, because he left his good woman for that little young thing. She held him down. The mother of his kids, they were together for like 14 years. She held
14
him
years.
down, supported
You
him. You saw some new fine thing, and you left thought that you were getting the grass was green on the other
it
side. It sure
wasn't
damn wasn't.
it wasn't that completely. He is a super empath and she is a sociopath, psychopathic narcissist.
Mm.
He really didn't have, he's an empath that never dealt with his trauma fully.
Right. Uh,
So she saw him, set her sights on him, and
mm.
it was like a moth being drawn to fire. I'm not saying he couldn't have made a different choice, but I'm saying energetically, I see immediately how it happened.
I see what you're saying.
Immediately.
He didn't have the tools to resist her BS.
No,
Yeah, I can see that.
no, not
He's a,
that.
okay.
Oh, now he does.
Yeah, now he does. Yeah,
Now he does.
because he's on the other side. Yeah.
But he had been an empath that hadn't had his, I mean, he had his mother as a narcissist relationship, but he had not had his grown up narcissistic experience quite yet. Not to the
Mm.
degree of the fact of what he is as an empath. Energetically, that's how that happened.
Wow.
And that's how I am just shocked that he was able to, well, that she discarded him. I guess I think that she, why am I talking about this? I'm gonna chop all this last part off of this
I'm
whole
sorry,
entire show.
y'all. I'll be starting some.
Um I I probably need to go live again, don't I?
Yeah.
Um
But you said you're definitely gonna see the movie again today. I'm curious. I sent you the pictures. I
okay.
wonder if you could see like the symbolism that they use. Like it's very similar. It's interesting. Like even the details on the columns, like the way they're shaped, and then the details on them is like the exact same. It's
Oh
creepy.
wow. I'll probably
I
post
was
in the
taken aback
community.
when I saw it. I was like, oh snap.
Wow, that's deep. But yeah, well, he had no
Yeah.
he had nothing coming. There was no, once she got in his sphere, it would have taken a lot for him to resist her, because she would have presented the ultimate in, oh my God, I can care for you, I can love you, I can help you, you can, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was
Hmm.
the ultimate, I can help fix you. I could be right here for you. I could be everything you need to be as an
Right.
empath. And he was the ultimate in fuel and fodder for her. And but once she broke him, she really didn't need him anymore. And that's the only reason why she discarded him, because she broke him.
That is sick. And then she's just gonna move on to someone else to break.
Well, then she tried it with Elon, but Elon was way too fucking smart for her.
Yeah.
Like, she was not going to be able to play on Elon like
Hmm.
and I think she miscalculated with Mr. Elon. I think she
Yeah.
thought he was rather empathic, but anybody that knows anything about Elon knows he chews up wives and spits them out like for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like, he's not a very nice man.
Oh, really? I didn't know this. I don't know much about the guy, honestly. I don't really care for him.
Like,
I don't
he's
care for the
bad in
billionaires.
relationships. I applaud and admire his intellect, and I mean, there's a lot about him that I really do like, but
Hmm.
as far as interpersonal relationships,
Yeah.
horrible, horrible, horrible.
Okay.
But that happens a lot with very intelligent or very highly emotionally intelligent people.
Right.
So
They know how to play the game.
you could say that, or they don't know how to play the game.
Mm. I guess depends on some else. Do you want to keep somebody long term? Do you want to use somebody and then on to the next one? On to the next one.
Oh, honey, hanging out with me, you're gonna get some. You're gonna oh, well, open up some different points of view on life. Is not so black and white. There are more than 50 shades of gray. And on that note,
Okay.
Lola, tell everybody where they can find you, baby girl.
Y'all can find me on my YouTube channel, Lola Lane. We discuss a bunch of craziness on our reality TV, but we also like to talk about some deep stuff on there sometimes. Me and my A Spoon Coon Corey Berman. She still need to watch the movie. I keep telling her to go to watch it.
She gotta go see it.
That's why she didn't come on right now. She was like, y'all ain't gonna spoil it for me. I was like, yeah, don't come on if you're trying to avoid spoilers.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you coming up and having
Thank
this
you.
discussion with me.
It's always a pleasure speaking to you. Always a great conversation.
Thank you. Thank you, honey. Thank you. All right, guys. Well, we will see y'all tomorrow for Mother's Day. I'll record something special, and then I'll decide if we're gonna what we're gonna talk about tomorrow night. But until then, you guys absolutely all the mothers, single mothers, not
Mm-hmm.
single mothers, mothers, grandmothers, auntie mothers,
Right.
sister mothers, all
All the
of you all.
mamacitas.
Yes, all the mamacitas.
Mm-hmm.
Happy Mother's Day, and enjoy yourself. Enjoy your day. Do something that's gonna honor you, even if no one else does. I honor, love, and respect you. And please honor, love, and respect yourself.
Mm.
All right. Peace, love, blessings, and joy be unto you today, tomorrow, and for all eternity. Love you guys. All right, Lola. 1, 2, 3. We're going to say bye. 1, 2, 3.
Bye.
Bye.